Good afternoon, London. My name's Hina, and I'm coming to you virtually from the Master Shah Dow Center here in London. And I'm also here virtually with one of the center leaders, Natalie Shoplin. So, welcome, Natalie.
Thank you, Hina. Welcome, Hina. Welcome, everyone.
So, Natalie, I understand that the Master Shah Dow Center in London is having one of their most popular workshops. One of the most popular workshops, Open Spiritual Channels, January 6th to the 8th. So, my first question for you is what is soul communication?
Yes, very good question and very, very nice topic. It's one of my favorite topics. So communication is basically, you can imagine that each and everyone has a soul. Soul, you can also imagine like the essence of who we are, soul is just describing it, and Master Shah is using in his teaching the word soul to describe, our true nature, who we truly are, our potential qualities, like everyone is carrying inside. You can also say the frequency of the Tao, the source, most purest information. And soul communication is that we talk from soul to soul. So it's not just from mind to mind or just the physical communication. It's really we connect with the soul and talk to the soul.
Well, that's amazing. And, one of the things that I find fascinating about Dr. and Master Jigong's teachings is that he says that we can talk to souls no matter the time or the place. So, just like how you're in the Master Shah Dao Center physically now, and I'm in my home in a different location in London, we're still connecting through the internet, through our computers and the instruments, and we are still having an accurate and current conversation. So how can you draw some parallels into how it's similar with soul communication though?
Yes. So, it's a very good example, for us to make understand deeper. It's especially like you imagine with the internet, right? Like the internet is working from place to place. We connect. We don't even question it. We just know, oh, I connect my phone and I'm connected. So you can imagine like there's also like this kind of connection between all souls. That's always there. So at the end, you can imagine like we are all one. We are all connected. So if you have access to this connection, like the same, you have access to the internet connection, we connect on that soul level. You basically can also connect with every soul, which is communication. And you can also imagine this form of communication will be important. Imagine like we all don't have any energy anymore, like the power is off. So the phones in this time, I was sometimes thinking, before years ago, your phone was lasting a week without charging, right? I had very long a phone. But now, I remember I got my first iPhone and it was like after a few hours, it was off. I was like, okay, so what are you doing if you can't charge your phone? How quickly you can't call someone anymore, for example, right? So in this moment, we have the soul connection. You can connect from soul to soul. That's one way how you can imagine. And, maybe some of you also know that, like with some people, we have a connection, we know. So when they think something, they connect, you feel it. Or you think on a person, you call the person, and the person says, oh, I just wanted to call you also. Yeah, so often this very naturally, these soul connections come out.
So, how can some of the participants or the future students of the Open Spiritual Workshop, how are some of the ways that you're going to be teaching them to open up their soul communication?
Yeah, so there are different ways. So we are using, of course, a soul power, right? And that's also what we will dive into tonight. We have an introduction tonight at 7. We can really explain much more. And so we have also special guest Cecilia, and she comes from a strong connection of soul and has a lot of wisdom to share. And we have a lot of practices how to open. And of course, we can use the power of Tao calligraphy. If someone is totally new, so Tao calligraphy is carrying a higher frequency vibration. And that can help us to open up, our soul communication channel, because you can imagine every one of us has the ability, but often these channels are blocked, or we never learned how to use it, or they got closed because maybe as a child you got messages, and then someone said, no, that's not true. How do you want to know? So we start to close. We don't believe, we don't trust. So I would even say more like from what I believe and understand, I think really everyone could do it, everyone. So we want to reconnect to the power we have, open it up, clear it, and even make it stronger. And for this, we use all kind of soul power. So self-technique, or receiving like blessings or support with a higher frequency vibration.
So, open spiritual channels and opening your soul communication, that is a skill that actually can be taught then. It's not something that you're born with. So, any adult or teenager or older adult, it doesn't matter their age, they can actually learn how to do soul communication.
Yeah, I would say we are born with that quality. Yeah, but we've never developed. So everyone, wherever you are in the world, whatever your age is, like you just said, you can definitely join. Because in the last 10 years, I really saw all kind of ages doing soul
Mhm.
communication. There was never a limitation. Whoever feels called, whoever feels ready, you just come. Because on the soul level, it's not about age anymore. Yeah, it's about connecting.
That's amazing. It's not about age, it's about connecting. That's amazing. And what is so special about the Tao calligraphy healing field that helps open up our spiritual channels?
Yeah, so Tao calligraphy healing field is formed by Tao calligraphy. Tao calligraphy is created to carry a higher frequency vibration. And maybe you can imagine, like sometimes when we are in a good place where we feel well, or we are in nature, we go somewhere, where it's very good energy, you feel maybe like you open up more. Your heart is opening more, your mind, you feel more relaxed. Maybe we even have better relationships, connections in this time when your holidays with your partner, with your family. So that's something we will use with the Tao calligraphy, just that the field is so much higher. So we use that very positive field to help us to open, and also to just be in the field can release negativities. So you can imagine if you have higher and lower frequencies, if they come together, there's a natural adjustment taking place. So if you go to a very positive place, and you feel negative, you might feel suddenly better. Same other way around. You might feel good. You come to a very low frequency place, you might feel drawn down. You can also have that with persons, right? Like if you have very positive people, we might feel very well, but we know also there can be very negative people, and then you feel suddenly also very low energy. Yeah. So we use this also with the Tao calligraphy healing field to really bring a higher frequency in, clear the negative information, opening up the channels, reconnect to the soul, and in this way connecting with other souls and learning the soul communication.
So, Natalie, tell us a little bit about your opening spiritual channels journey. Did you always have open spiritual channels, or was it something that was developed when you started the practices with Dr. and Master Jigong Sha? Or
I,
what was what was that one activity or event that you were like, I have open channels, and you knew it, didn't doubt it, you trusted it, and you're like, yes, I have open channels?
So I would say I always had a deep trust in soul power, even if I wouldn't use that word. So that was always part of my life. But you just are. And I think many people have that. If it's your intuition, like however you call it. But we don't talk about, there's not a teaching in school and saying, oh, that's an open spiritual channel. It's just like you have or you're not. And what I remember later when I learned about open spiritual channels from Master Sha, the teaching, I thought like, oh, wow, that's what I had. Because I remember when I was in school, like in the first 4 years, I barely didn't learn anything. It was just there. And I also did like everything, the exercise, I just made them ahead. I had the books and I just worked through. And I remember also when people ask questions, I just closed my eyes and then I saw the answer and then I said it. So I was always like, oh, I know it. the school. And I was thinking, what's going on with there? I mean, and it was just there. And later I understood, oh, this channel was open. You had access to the information. But it was also related. I remember that was a more free and open space. I could live that. And I remember when I was 10 or something, go to a higher school, I remember that field there was very closed. It was a very old system, the way it worked. And I remember I did close that time. I didn't have that access in the same way anymore. So I was used to this, but suddenly you had to work different. It didn't work out. And that did affect me. And I remember as soon as I could, I also left the school. Like I stayed a few years, but then I went back to, I looked for, okay, where's the way how I can learn how it works with me? So I basically could reconnect to that channel. Yeah, but I didn't know it. It was just something that happened. And I think many people have this, but no one tells us, no one says, that's just a different way of connection. It's coming from inside out. We connect to higher wisdom. But still, it's not that it's like it's something special. I really would say it's something everyone has, and it depends also how do you grow up, what is lived, what do your parents do, your surroundings, how is it? Yeah, and in this way we stay open or closed. I just had the luck, I would say, through the way I grew up in that time, I had a chance to keep it in a certain way open. Yeah, that was a thing. So it later closed. For some, it closes very early. Yeah, but I must say, just the explanations of Master Shah just helped me to understand. That's how I felt very grateful for. Yeah, he really talked out how it is.
That makes a lot of sense. I think that also was a little bit similar to me when I started going to Master Shah's events. I think my channels opened without me even knowing what was happening. Okay, one last question. Can you give us an example of a soul communication flow? What the question would be, what can you tell the viewers of this Facebook Live what to expect for the Open Spiritual Channels workshop in January?
Yes, that's a beautiful question. So what I will do is, we said everyone and everything has a soul. So also the workshop has a soul, which is carrying the workshop. So I will connect with the soul of the workshop and asking for a message, what everyone has to expect. Yeah. So that's a beautiful question. Thank you, Hina. So everyone, if you want, you can close your eyes and just relax, because always when we do soul communication, we do connect with higher souls. And so with higher souls, there are also a higher frequency vibration. So if I connect with the soul of this workshop, you might also feel the energy coming through. You might also get an experience of the field. So you can, if you wish, close your eyes and just listen with your heart, opening up, and already allow that energy of that workshop come to you, because already in this moment, opening for you can take place. So I'm connecting now to that soul, to that frequency vibration. And ask that soul for a message for everyone watching or watching later. How? Dear everyone, this is the soul of the Open Spiritual Channels workshops. I'm very grateful to be asked today to share my love, my light, my wisdom. I'm just here to serve you and to help you in this special time on Mother Earth, where the doors are widely open for all souls to find a deeper connection in your own soul, heart, mind, and body. There's so much happening between heaven and earth you can't even dream of. Just to see a glimpse of that light, of that strength, of that beauty, of that magic can shift your life forever. This workshop is to help you to reconnect to who you truly are, to your own essence, to the life you are supposed to live, your soul wishes to live the soul's purpose and even more. This workshop is to develop gratitude about what is given in this life. This workshop is to learn technique and practices and receive blessings to uplift your own frequency and vibration, so you are able to hear and see what is in between the words, what is in between the soul, heart, mind, and body, what is in between the souls, what is truly here. It is to learn to see with an open heart, with an open mind, from a pure consciousness of love. This workshop is to release any negativities, negative memories, experiences connected to the path of the spiritual channels. There could be many lifetimes you experienced negativities around the spiritual channels. This is a chance to release and heal. You also might receive higher guidance from heaven and the soul world, which can help you to lay out your path in 2023, 2024, and 2025. This is to step at the beginning of the year in the highest power to prepare and clear the path to a bright future. Everyone is truly blessed. Everyone is truly welcomed from my heart and soul. I love you all. How? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you, the soul of the workshop in January 6th to 8th in the Master Shah Dao Center in London. So please, if you're new, there's no prerequisites. You can jump in. The link will be in the comment section or the information section. You can go ahead and jump in and find out more on how to open your spiritual channels. If you would still like a few more tastes of the pair, you can join us tonight. As Natalie had mentioned, we have our complimentary Tao Healing Technology Night today with guest Cecilia Liu, who is one of Master Sha's leading Tao calligraphy teachers. And she's also amazing when it comes to the open spiritual channels and talking about the Tao calligraphy. And you will experience more about open spiritual channels. And Natalie, is there anything happening tomorrow night?
Yes, tomorrow night we have just an introduction to the Tao healing hand. This may be a total different topic,
Okay.
but if you go to our website, and you're interested in more, you find all kind of information. We might also announce tonight, so come in tonight, and then we give more information.
Yeah. And as you can see, Nazia's message, wow, Natalie, so much love and light. And I think she's probably looking forward to January's workshop. So, everybody, you got your taste of the pair. Please join us in January to get more of Natalie, to get more of the Tao calligraphy healing field, more soul communication, and just basically opening your spiritual channels. You can join us tonight for the complimentary workshop. If you're interested in Tao healing hands, join us tomorrow night. All the information will be on the website. So thank you, Natalie, so much for an amazingly beautiful flow and creating a lot of excitement for January. So I thank you so, so much. I know you're so busy, so truly appreciate your time for speaking to us on this Facebook Live. Any closing words before we sign off?
Okay. No, just thank you, Hina, and hope to see you all tonight.
Yep, thank you. Bye.